In Topic 3, we'll return to the 6 key elements of inclusive education and focus specifically on collaborative teaming and problem solving and accommodating curricular and instructional practices in the school. You'll develop a working definition of collaboration and examine the characteristics of successful collaboration models between regular and special education teachers. We'll look specifically at co-teaching as one collaborative model and explore how co-teaching can be set up for various approaches, such as one teach, one observe, station teaching, parallel teaching, alternative teaching, teaming, and one teach, one assist. The article Case Studies in Co-Teaching in the Content Areas presents the research findings from 4 case studies involving co-teaching. This research will help us better understand the benefits and challenges of co-teaching. Work with paraprofessionals will also be examined in this topic. The research done by Broer, Doyle, and Giangreco is very powerful and disturbing and points to the need to think carefully about how paraprofessional support is provided and how we need to listen to the students who are receiving these services. Janney and Snell build on the role students play in inclusive classrooms and discuss peer-mediated learning structures such as cooperative learning and peer tutoring, where cross-age or same-age students take on some responsibility for naturally supporting another student's participation in class activities or routines. They also discuss instructional strategies that support inclusion, including universal design for learning and differentiated instruction, and provide some very practical methods and materials you may already be familiar with. We'll also look at effective collaborative work with families, understand how they participate in special education decision-making, and we'll consider once more Leah Lee's family situation in the Spirit book. Andrew Solomon will also share his perspectives on families and diversity.
But I think if we lost everyone with Down syndrome, it would be a catastrophic loss. And Karen Robard said to me, "I'm with Tom. For David, I would cure it in an instant to give him an easier life. But speaking for myself, well, I would never have believed 23 years ago when he was born that I could come to such a point. Speaking for myself, it's made me so much better and so much kinder and so much more purposeful in my whole life that speaking for myself, I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world."
Then we'll close with comedian Stella Young's TEDx talk, Inspiration Porn and the Objectification of Disability.
Years later, I was on my second teaching round in a Melbourne high school, and I was about 20 minutes into a Year 11 legal studies class when Miss Boyd put up his hand and said, "Hey, miss, when are you going to start doing your speech?" And I said, "What speech?" I'd been talking to them about defamation law for a good 20 minutes. And he said, like your motivational speaking. When people in wheelchairs come to school, they usually say, like, inspirational stuff. Yeah.